Hello, and welcome to another episode of Scavenger Life. This is episode 506 at scavengerlife.com.
I am going to take a chance on making myself be a fool on live radio.
This is not live. Pre-recorded, edited.
To make a public statement that might sound like a fool. All right?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm 100% ready here.
Not the first time. So,
right.
We do not have the luxury of being mediocre.
Nope. Look.
That sounds so douchey.
Yeah.
But
no, it's true.
It's true. Things we've been talking about this week.
Yes.
That kind of encapsulates. And this is what I mean by that. I'm not trying to be like a douche, but, because for us, it's just us, right? Like, it's our money, it's our ideas, it's our thing, whether it be our eBay business or rentals or anything we do. It's like, this is it. Like, good things take so much time and energy and resources that we just don't have the time to do something kind of half-ass. I mean, excuse my language. Sorry, anybody. But
this language today.
That's the best I can do at this moment,
Look, we do not have the luxury or the funds to do something and have it not work.
Yeah. I mean, Right. Because for us, like this coffee shop, we had like a vision of it, like a thought.
Yes. A hazy vision.
A dream fart about it, where it's like, okay, let's make a coffee shop. We have a building. Okay. Like, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
it's very logical.
Right. Great idea.
And then you start pulling the pieces together. And then you're like, this is taking so much longer than I thought it would. But I kind of knew. But when you're in it, you're like, oh, I forgot. This just takes a lot of time to do it right. We don't have the luxury for this to be kind of like half measures,
Right.
Like where it's kind of like, it's okay. Anyway, let's do the next thing, because I just don't have that much energy to do something better next time. Like, it has to be good now, or else it's not worth doing.
I mean, our renovations for our rentals have been like that. It's the same thing. It takes much longer than you think. You add all these details at the end because you want it to be done forever, not, in 5 years we'll do more. No.
I mean, thankfully, too, I've said it before on here, like, we could be documenting our failures, so that still has yet to be seen. But, we also don't have the luxury of something going wrong,
Right.
Like, every project we do is like, we're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we mortgage the house, like,
exactly.
we're all in here. I mean, if something goes wrong and it doesn't work, I mean, we're not like out on the streets and like, eating out of trash. We do that anyway.
We do that anyway.
But it is like, it would suck the energy out of us, and we'd be like, all right, let's just stop and just live a much simpler life.
Right, which we could do. Yeah.
Like, this week we talked about how our cleaner was sick, so she had the flu, and so she's been sick all week, and we were cleaning our rentals.
Yeah, and there were a lot of cleanings that had to happen.
And we did it together. I did a couple of them on my own, and when I was doing it, we cleaned our rentals for a couple of years by ourselves, just because we did. And I mean, I thought, like, this could be a life we could do. It'd be much simpler life.
This could just be it.
Selling on eBay.
Yeah.
We have a couple of rentals. We clean 3 or 4 times a week. It takes about 2-3 hours each time. Yep. It's just like much simpler.
That's it.
Right. We could also do that,
Yeah.
So it's nice to have those options,
Well, look, I want to, some people listening might be like, well, how else would you do any of this? But we have met lots of people in the real estate industry or the small development industry, whatever, where
Let's not talk about other people. I mean,
I'm saying just there are other models of doing it where you get investors,
right,
and it's not your money to fail.
True. Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about. Gotcha. Where you're like, well, it might fail, but like, I'm not out
Right.
anything.
Right. I mean, look, I think
So.
just, what gets us out of bed is trying to make something of value.
Yes.
It's whatever that may be. So, and we're trying to make something real that will last, into our golden years.
And death.
And, the point is to make something and grow it and make it better, not just start something so we can flip it.
Right, exactly.
Sell it quick. I mean,
exactly.
I've said it before, but maybe not in this way. Like, my financial hero is not Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook.com.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not thinking like, oh, I wish I could be like, I want to be like Jimmy, the guy that runs our car repair place here in town.
We love Jimmy.
It's just like, I love the mom and pop. I don't know. I feel like maybe we can help start it. The mom and pop version of businesses is like the American dream. Him and his wife run a little car repair place. His kids, who are now in their 20s,
work there.
His 2 sons now work there, and they'll probably take over. They work hard. They do all the work themselves. His wife takes the phone calls and runs the front.
Yep.
They own the place that he owns.
They own the building.
Yeah. I mean, he's never going to get rich, but he seems to enjoy what he does.
Yep.
He's a good guy.
Yep.
People love him. We love him. I mean, it's like, and it's something where he controls, he's like the master of his own destiny.
Yep.
And it looks like he is, I mean, to me, he's like the most wealthy person I've ever seen,
He works with his family, like they enjoy each other's company.
That's what I love. And I guess especially people our age and younger, I feel like there's just different talk. It's like you said, it's about like, how do I get investors and how do I make something and flip it? And just like, no, just make something of value and make it part of your life
and keep it,
grow it.
Well, look, I've heard of other people that I know who are like, oh, I want to build this business, whatever it is, some retail business, some whatever, anything. And they're like, and then I'll sell it in 5 years. And I'm like, why bother?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Why even bother?
Right. Yeah. It's like the exit strategy from the beginning is to cash out. I mean,
right.
I guess, I don't know. It's a different kind of business. I don't understand that. Maybe that's smarter. Like I always, I always want to like give room to like, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's just as us putting our own money into things. I want something that's valuable, that will continue to grow in value as we grow older, So people are wondering, what podcast is this?
What are we?
I thought this was about eBay. So eBay, our eBay business. Our eBay business is a pipeline. I've said that before. That's kind of my shtick. So if I was like a guru, that would be
the pipeline.
Jay's pipeline business,
trademarked.
How to build a pipeline. The value of our eBay business is not the individual items we sell.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we over time have built this process, a system where we can sell anything we scavenge, anything. Things we go to the thrift store, put it in the pipeline. We go to an auction, put it in the pipeline.
Find it in the garbage.
Yeah, put it in the pipeline. Someone gives us something, it goes in the pipeline. Like it's just all in the pipeline.
Christmas presents, put it in the pipeline.
And that's really the value of what we've. And I would never sell that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a valuable asset to us that will. I mean, we could, as long as people keep buying stuff online, this is something that's going to make us money for the rest of our lives.
Forever.
Yeah. Like, if you were to ever die before me, I would be the guy going to the post office with an item.
Look, YouTube videos, figure it out.
And they putting I just put stamps on. It'd be like 82 stamps.
It's like
on
when
the
you
front.
get those things from eBay.
And I'd be licking each one.
You're like, I bought these stamps at a auction.
But I could keep doing it.
Oh my God. Not like that.
I mean, and look, our rentals, the way we see it is like these rentals are like a destination for people to come to,
right?
Because I think we give people good value and style, and and that's what makes them valuable.
And that's why it takes so much work to get to that point, because you want it to be a sustainable. I mean, it's not passive income, but it's passive-ish. Like we figured out
semi-passive.
We figured out what our process is, just like eBay. It's sort of like a pipeline in a way, and you're like, this is what people need. This is what they always need. They have a 1-year-old, they need these things. Right. Like they have a dog, they need these things.
Love the pack and play.
They love that pack and play and the high chair. So you're like, I figured that one out. It only took a year.
I guess I'm just saying this because I know we both have that evil voice in our head that's questioning if do we spend too much money investing in these things?
Is it too much time?
Like
we see other places that aren't as cool and they're doing fine and you're like...
And I just want to remind people, no. If you're doing something that's paying your bills, helping you buy your time, and you enjoy it and other people seem to enjoy it, then you've reached the pinnacle of business. Like that...
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. You've done it. Like, you've won.
You win.
That's it.
You win.
It's not making millions of dollars. I mean, if
you want to,
if your goal is making millions of dollars, do not listen to this podcast.
Turn it off right now.
We are not the how to make $1 million podcast.
Turn it off right now.
We are how to sleep well at night and not have to wake up with an alarm clock podcast. That's the podcast,
Just a reminder.
So, some of this came about because of an article that I read that we shared on the community forum.
Yes.
It was in the New York Times. It's about, I don't know, there's this thing where there are now these funded companies buying up Amazon listings.
What? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like, and it feels like it's like peak craziness to me where, you'll have like a guy who gets investors and then they go on Amazon and they're like, who's the top item for like spatulas?
Barbecue tools.
Whatever. And they find that guy and he's selling, $100,000 of spatulas a year. And they go to that guy and be like, we'll give you X amount of dollars if you sell us that brand. The Amazon
catalog page.
Right. And guys are doing it, so people like me and you who have built up like an Amazon, they get, I don't know, some guy said he got paid in the low 6 figures for like a dog carrier that he had created and had built in
I guess
China.
That's like selling a company, right?
Yeah, no.
It's kind of like a company.
I guess now the interview was about these guys who are like, I just think of things that I think will be popular. I make them popular, and then I sell that thing. And that's like the whole business. That's so cool. It's so out of my wheelhouse.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard of. But it makes sense.
It also just seems like a cycle that can't last forever because they talk about the things that they're doing. And basically everyone, you go to China, you find like a manufacturer, and they're making a thing. And then you just stick a brand on it. You know?
Any name.
Yeah.
Like, I think we bought some lamps the other day that had some wacky name, and you're like, same thing.
Right. And so it's just a factory that's making lots of lamps, and then someone's just buying a bunch and putting a brand on it. I could buy those same lamps and put a brand on it, too. It's just who is the better marketer?
Who can get it high enough on Amazon?
It's just so... wacky.
What do you call it? Peak capitalism.
Yeah,
it's like, when's this going to crash?
It's just like late stage capitalism. Where like no one's actually...
You're like buying listings on an online service. No one's making anything.
On the it's forum, people were talking about, there's this weird cycle where, a guy goes to China, finds some spatula, puts a label on it, is a good marketer, sells it on Amazon. I buy it because it looks really good online. I get it. It's actually garbage. I donate it. It goes into a bin that goes to one of these like Amazon return stores, and then someone else buys it and then resells it, and then it's just like this
spatula
cycle.
Will never go away.
It's just like this low quality junk. I don't know. It just seems like a weird. If I'm talking to people of my generation, I'm just like, this is not the way. Like, if we want to be patriotic and American, like, we need to build this country. I mean, I feel like a crazy person now, but it's just like, how can we keep, like, this is a weird way to run a world, you know?
Well,
but I don't have to run the world, Ryan.
No, you don't.
I have to run our own.
We have a tiny little world here.
Why do I stress about this stuff?
Well,
why can't I just be like, I don't care what anyone does?
I don't think you stress over it at all, actually.
It sounds like I am.
Yeah, but you don't. You think about it. You're like, what is this? I have so much stuff I'm doing. I didn't even read that article.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's just confusing to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And who knows? I don't know. Okay, let's talk about our numbers. This is reality.
This is eBay reality.
This is what I'm about to tell you is what keeps the police from coming to our house and taking our house away.
You mean the sheriff, not the actual police. The police are like, get out. Mortgage company said
We sold 43 items.
That sounds right.
Last week we sold 42.
Uh-oh.
What does that mean?
And are the numbers exactly the same?
No, they aren't.
Okay.
Our gross sales, including shipping and eBay fees and taxes, $2,593. 22 cents.
We had some high dollar sales. Yeah. We had a few high dollar sales.
So we had good. Interestingly, though, this is the real number. The net number after you take out the fees, shipping, and taxes.
Net, nothing but net.
$1,565.31. It was like $1,000 of fees and taxes and shipping. Crazy.
Well,
yeah,
what?
I know, right?
Some of these were high dollar items, which I will say this: we paid full price for because we were going to use, and I just resold them.
Things we sold.
Yes.
There's a format to all of this.
Ryan, don't jump ahead.
So we sold 2 new in-box fans, like ceiling fans that we were going to put in our cafe.
But we didn't need them.
We sold 2 of them, which is great for like, I don't know.
$200 each?
Yeah, so like $400.
And the shipping was expensive because they were heavy.
Right. And then we sold a chandelier, new in box. So we used 3 in our cafe. And
we didn't need the 4th one.
We sold that. That was great. That was $375.
$375. So it's like, I got my money back, basically.
Well, we actually sold each one for more than we bought it for.
That's
which
true.
is nice. But I do wonder if, our fees seemed really high. It was mainly the selling costs. I wonder if the
final value fees.
Yeah, I wonder if the higher dollar item you pay more in final value fees. So.
Well,
because
see, that's why when you say, we sold them for more than we bought them for, that covered the fees. I mean,
sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like. So, I don't know if anyone cares about this. Our selling costs were $871. So, it was 33% of our total sales. Last week, it was 21% of our total sales. So, it was 12% more.
I don't know. God, eBay.
Our shipping costs were $250. So,
look, that chandelier was large.
Yeah.
And by chandelier, I mean it was a metal, mid-century style atomic, so it folds up. It was metal, but it was long.
Right.
Those 2 fans were heavy and going across the country, so they're, what they paid for shipping and what I had to pay for shipping was expensive. Right. So, there's stuff like that.
And the taxes and government fees were $156.
Yeah.
It is really interesting. I feel like I'm surprised there aren't like articles about it. I mean, eBay and Amazon go from no taxes to suddenly taxes. And so some government somewhere, state or county, is getting $156 from us and from tens of thousands, hundreds of other sellers. I wonder if coffers are like filling up with money from all these online sales. I find that interesting. Like, I know there's a pandemic and taxes are probably down for localities, but I feel like taxes from online sales, I feel like that's like a big fire hose of money.
You're like, where are the numbers of like eBay and Amazon paying the states? Like, I want to see those numbers.
Yeah.
That's got to be public info, no?
I don't know. I don't know.
Someone out there knows.
Yeah, and then we just sold a bunch of knickknacks and doodads and
like vintage hardware,
But I mean, stuff that's cool. Like we were actually, I think one reason why we had a bit of a rant this morning was that we were looking through other rentals in our area.
Yeah,
just kind of a rental world is exploding.
like who else is out there?
And
right
we're
now?
looking at all these places, and we're looking at how people are designing them. And
Yeah.
we looked at one place where the person had like a table in the front room, with like brass candlesticks,
which is so funny to me because
that's what we sell.
Look, like when we went to the auctions, we bought like several truckloads of auction stuff over the summer. I swear, at these 2 auctions, they were like, get every brass candlestick, put it on one table, and we won that table because I keep opening boxes. My poor helper, he's like, more brass candlesticks.
But
I'm
people,
like, buddy.
But
this is
them,
why.
yeah.
So this is a good example. This person was like, polish them all up. They're all different sizes, and they look cool on that table. So I'm like, that's exactly why someone's buying these, to mix and match, you know? It doesn't matter who made them or whatever. So
I feel like more and more of what we sell is that kind of stuff, is designy stuff. You know?
Eclectic, mix and match, vintage.
People doing it for their own house. But anyway,
which is cool. Look, that's what I love to happen. I love to sell that stuff.
Yep.
I love it. I think it's cool.
Scavenger of the week. People aren't going to really care about this, but I care. We sold these pews.
If you care, they care.
We bought these old pews, church pews, that we thought we were going to put in our coffee shop. They're actually kind of low quality and not in good shape.
And they're huge.
Just didn't really fit.
12 feet long.
So we're trying to find someone to buy these things. Finally, we found a local person. Her grandson came and bought them. Great. I loved it because we got a big chunk out of our storage building.
They've been taking up room for 6 months.
Yep. And
so that was a huge deal.
Yep.
He came with his truck, and it was so funny because you loaded it up with him in his truck, and he's like, "These are huge."
Yeah.
We're like, we told whoever we were talking to online.
So glad that they were
They're
gone.
12-foot long.
So I'm trying to protect this area.
I know, you're like,
see
don't
if
put
we
anything.
can't put more stuff there. So it's good. But the good news is, because we are now opening up this coffee shop soon, a lot of stuff is going over there.
Right.
So I'm just trying to weed stuff out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice.
And then our porch has now become like launching. It's a launching pad.
It's a launching pad
of stuff that needs to get sold now on like Facebook.
Yeah. Stuff is on
Craigslist,
some stuff is on.
And we learned that. I learned that from people on this podcast.
Yeah.
Who said you can sell big things on Facebook. And it's true.
Yeah.
You don't get a whole lot of money, but like garden gnomes, and we sold a giant, what do you call it?
Wind chime.
Wind chime.
It was so heavy you could barely pick it up.
It was like 4 foot tall. I'm like, whoever your neighbor is going to
hate you. But, what did we get? $50 for that?
Yeah, it was good.
I think we got it from the same person that had the pews. We got like a bunch of stuff from her.
Yep.
So that's funny.
Customer issues. This is us being a customer.
Yes.
So I wanted an iPad.
Yes.
We don't allow ourselves to buy new things.
You had an iPad and it broke.
Right. I had an old iPad.
Jay breaks everything.
It broke. And so we're going to get a new to me one.
Yeah.
What, like a 2013?
Yeah, it was an iPad Air.
I don't do a lot on it. It's fine. I love it.
It's
we
really
love
basic.
a deal. We love value. So nowadays, I feel like the electronic world is changing. So now there's like these electronic resellers where I don't know if they're buying these things out of like big Amazon return bins, or if they're buying them like on Craigslist from individual people for like $10. And it should be their business to like get the thing, clean it up, get it ready. So we had to buy 2 from 2 different sellers because each one that came, it was like locked, had, a
iCloud lock.
And when we would, say like, yo, what's up? They'd be like, oh,
just return it.
Just return it,
So that happened twice in a row, right? From people, like you said, in quotes, professional electronic sellers. That's all they sell.
Right.
So
you had one job.
To make sure this wasn't iCloud locked.
Right.
So the moral of the story is I bought from an individual who was selling their own iPad, so I could say, did you sign out of iCloud? Right. Is this ready for a new person? They said yes.
Right. So we found an eBay seller that didn't have a lot of feedback. You know,
they were selling their own clothes, stuff like that.
And the name of the store isn't like Electronics R Us.
Right. Like, it's just
so we got it. It was in good shape. It was cleared. They even sent a free case.
They sent us a case?
It was, her own
like case that it was in, which was great.
It was great. So I think that's a moral of the story for us is like from now on is to avoid these like electronic wholesalers. Because I wonder if a lot of these are, because I see them now, guys are buying like they bid on
a huge lot.
Whatever, a gaylord of returned used electronics.
Or I see it on eBay when I'm searching for stuff like this. They're like 25 iPads, just various as is.
And they like power test them. They're like, oh, it turns on. I'm sure it's fine.
And then these guys get them.
And then they know if there's a problem, just send it back.
Send it back. Who cares? So that was a pain because that took like a month. To get you an iPad.
Whatever happened to the American spirit?
In the old days.
Yeah.
That's our theme for today. Before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take calls that came in this week. You can call our voicemail line. The phone number is 540-407-8486. Or you can email us an audio file. Our email is thescavengerlife@gmail.com.
Hi, Jay and Ryan. I wanted to tell you and your listeners a little story. You know how when you go out thrifting, you might be on the lookout for things that family members like. Like I like to look for things that have moons on them because my daughter loves moons. Well, anyways, last week she asked me before I went out if I would keep an eye out for Crocs. I said, sure. She said, Mom, I'd like yellow Crocs, size 8, traditional style. And I said, gosh, I haven't ever seen a yellow Croc. And I said, but I'll keep an eye out. So I went out and I went to one thrift store and kind of forgot about what she had said. And I went into a second thrift store and I wasn't even looking at shoes. I walked back to the glass shelf, which I generally never look at. And behind all the glassware was a pair of, you guessed it, yellow Crocs, size 8, traditional style. They looked like they had just been thrown there by someone. They didn't have a price on them. And I was just thrilled. I brought them home to her. And when I gave them to her, we noticed there was Crocs have little charms on them. There was a little moon charm on it. That's what she loved. Have you ever had any experience like that? It was fun.
Okay, that's very specific.
What does it mean?
That is very
Pyramids.
Specific. Aliens. Illuminati.
Look, I love that. That's, I think, being a scavenger, I think that a lot of us are the same way, where instead of like, I want like a new kitchen knife, instead of like just buying a new kitchen knife online, you put it in your mind.
And you keep an eye out for it.
And you just keep an eye out for it. And then suddenly you go to an auction or a thrift store and you find like a cool vintage, like really good knife for like $5. It might take you a month.
It might take you a while. That was the beginning of our scavenging, where we would be like, well, we need this thing. Let's put it on our list, in our mind. And then as we're looking,
right.
We still do that.
Or what I like is kind of if you open yourselves up to the possibilities. Yeah. I'll be like, I need a winter coat.
Right.
And instead of like having a specific image in my head of the one I want, and then I go online and buy that specific one. Right. I'm just like, I just need a coat. And then I'm out in the world and I find like a cool vintage winter coat that I could have never imagined, and it's better than I thought it could be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and you just save a lot of money too.
That's like probably what started our career here. Was like, oh, we need a couple things for the household, and here they are. Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah. Someone didn't want them.
Right. Yeah.
But that specific. I don't know if I've ever.
I think that's a cool story. Yeah, I don't know if there's some mystical scavenger elf magic.
Crocs. Yeah. Magic Crocs.
Hey, Ryan and Jay. It's Liz Langsteiner from Columbia, Missouri. I'm reaching out to you in the scavenger community. I need some help. Recently, Craigslist ended its relationship with Yard Sale Treasure Map. That's the app that I use for finding garage sales nearby. And I rely on that app because I find great things at my yard sales. But Craigslist is no longer working with Yard Sale Treasure Map. It's done. So I'm looking for a new app or a new great way to find yard sales. Hopefully somebody will mention on the forum or respond by phone. Thanks, Ryan and Jay, for everything that you do. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, other people were saying the same thing about Yard Sale Treasure Map, an iPhone app, or I'm sure Android too, where, it makes a lot of sense. You're like,
it would aggregate data.
Here's where I live. Show me all the yard sales in my area.
Yeah.
And I guess Craigslist ended, they give access to their API.
Yeah.
And they denied that access to the guy that makes that app, and so he can't get that information anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Someone on Reddit said it was because Craigslist finally launched a mobile app, an official mobile app, which you're like, what year is it? Why did it take them this long?
Yeah.
Because people made Craigslist apps forever, and they all, to me, were horrible.
Right.
So... Yeah, that sucks because Craigslist his philosophy has always been like free and open, so it's strange to me.
Yeah.
Craig.
Yeah.
Newmark, yeah.
The
founder.
Yeah, the founder.
Craig of Craigslist. I find that strange.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think for us, when we were doing yard sales, like going hardcore on them, I know for us that we would have to look in the paper because a lot of people weren't
around here.
They didn't know how to put stuff online. But I mean, this is 4 years ago, so I think that has probably changed much more.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Facebook? That's the obvious question. Does Facebook have listings for yard sales?
Yeah. I mean, and going back to the last caller, I mean, a lot of it too. I just enjoy the serendipity of a yard sales, like
where you just drive by.
We're driving around doing things, and then like I see a yard sale,
and you pull over
with my Terminator eye. I spot one item in the yard where I'm like, that's what I want, and I go get it.
I think that's harder for people who are like, I source at yard sales, and I can't just like drive around forever. You know what I mean? So if anyone knows of another app or another,
especially if you're in an urban area,
Hey, Jay and Ryan, this is Marty in Santa Barbara County, California. I really loved your last podcast. It came to me at the perfect time because I was starting to get a little down on myself. Someone at work got a promotion. My manager knows I don't want the promotion, yet my ego was bruised. And I thought to myself, why am I wasting energy on this? It's not what I want. So I think after hearing what Jay said in the last podcast, it just made me think, I can't be hard on myself. I can't judge other people, and I can't compare myself to other people. And I may not have what it takes in me to do a full-time eBay business. But I'm not going to get there doing 3 or 4 listings a week. For me, I know that's not going to cut it. So over the past year, I've been spending more time prioritizing and more time and money on things that are important to me and less on the things that are less important to me. And I just feel like that. And, my stats, I said I was going to do 7 listings that one week, and I did 7. Now this week I've said I'm going to do 7, so I have to do 7. I'm just in my mind, I have to do 7. And I feel like that's a step in the right direction for me. But it was really good the way you said it, and I really appreciate you saying that because it helps me as a part-timer feel a little better about myself. All right, good luck on the coffee shop, and thanks for all that you do. Talk with you soon. Bye.
I love Marty. So he joined our forum, I don't know, I even forgot when, like in the past year or so. And, like on our forum, I don't know any of these people, and people have like weird handles, so I don't sometimes even know their names. I'm assuming his name is Marty. But I feel like I get to know them when they just post about their life and their eBay store, and he's like the little engine that could. Yeah, like we're all so behind him. I mean, like I'm checking out what he posted a week ago, where we all like to share our numbers just to kind of keep ourselves honest and just help each other show.
Yeah, what's real?
he has 60 items in his store. Like he struggles with
as we hear.
Selling because he has a full-time job. I think he has a family.
I mean, that's a lot.
So he sold like 3 items, for $113.
That's great. 3 items for that much.
But
that's great.
He says his goal is to do 7 items a week. He says, I achieved it, 7 items, and that's really, that's what we can do for each other. And that's really the thing is like, figure out a goal.
Right.
Is it, for us, when we started, we were like, this needs to be our full-time income.
Like hardcore.
We're doing 20 items a day.
Right.
But that's just because we were 2 people full on,
paying
he's
for
like,
house renovation.
For my part-time business, I'm okay with 7 items, and that's fine. And he shouldn't judge, feel bad because we do 20 items a day. Just do what you do and make yourself feel good. Make the money that you need, and you're a success.
I mean, I want to say this, everybody compares themselves to everybody else. We'll see people on the forum come on and they'll be like, I sold 100 items and I made $8,000. And you're like, I don't even know how to do that. I just... So everybody compares themselves to other people. When you said we were looking at other rentals today,
right?
I mean, the
subtext is I'm comparing
myself to those other people because I actually know several of them, and I'm like, how did they do this? I looked.
How did they afford?
Number one, how did they afford it? When did they have the time to do this? They got this up so quick, compared to us, you're comparing yourself to this other people. Right. So exactly what you just said really hit home for me because that's how we started the day, where we were looking at other places and we were like, are we doing this wrong?
Or even that article in the Times where people are like,
are we doing this wrong?
Are making Amazon postings
and selling them for $100,000,
and making 6 figures and then doing it again. I'm like, are we the dummies?
Am I just
But again, I have to remind ourselves. I think our goal is not how much money in our bank account. I mean, look, money's important.
Right, money's an important
only
tool.
People with money say you don't need money. You need money. I get it.
Yeah.
But at some point, the game isn't how much money.
What are you going to do?
At some point, it's I have enough money to do everything I want.
So what are you going to do?
It's more about how do I feel about my life? Right. And that's important to me. Other people I don't care how I feel. I just want money. To me, it's important because I don't know. I'm a weird guy and I have trouble sleeping. And if I don't feel good about my life, I don't sleep. And
then I feel yucky.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think, I think that might be what Marty was talking about, how he appreciated what I said. And that's just something I say too. It's myself.
All the time.
I gotta watch that comparing.
Yeah, that jealousy.
Yeah,
that. It's real in everyone. I mean, everyone feels it.
I can identify with other people. I can acknowledge. I can borrow things from people, but I don't have to compare.
Right. That's exactly. Okay, let's coffee talk real quick.
Okay, yeah. Those are all the calls. We're so close to opening up this cafe.
Okay, I don't even want to talk about that part.
Okay.
We have new labels, a new design.
Right.
It's beautiful. We have a limited edition natural Costa Rican coffee that we're selling.
Called Cedral. Yep.
I'm about to drink some right now.
Yep.
It's amazing, special. We only have 1 raw bag of it.
Right. So it's funny you say raw. We use green beans.
Yeah, because if I say we have 1 bag, people think I have 1 bag of roasted beans. No, I have
150 pound sack of green beans.
Yeah.
It's going to be, and once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
So if you'd like to try this
light roast,
I think we have 75 pounds left, so it's going fast.
So I've been roasting it.
You can go to broadporchcoffee.com if you want to support us and our partners. Buy some coffee.
Buy some delicious. I will ship it to you.
Don't just give me money. Get something for your money.
Get something for it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Some good coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we are close to opening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you when.
Yeah. And our life will change forever.
It will. It absolutely
It's funny, real quick, we were on the Greenway. We have this walking path
3 miles
through our town along a creek.
It's beautiful.
It's really gorgeous, and especially springtime is here, and everyone's got their little dogs, and we know all the dogs' names. Sadie, Snicker,
Snickers,
Toby, Mocha. So
Coco.
I don't know people's names. I know all their dogs. Anyway, I saw this guy.
Yeah.
He was like a town politician for
a long
while.
time, yeah.
And I've never really met him. I've kind of talked to him some. He knew who we were.
He goes
through the coffee shop.
He goes,
yeah.
I know of you.
Yeah,
wow.
So people, we're putting ourselves out there. Yeah. People are going to judge us by this shop. It's going to make us or break us, Ryan.
Hopefully it makes us, because I don't have energy for it to break us.
It's just funny. Small town life is definitely much different than if you're doing something in a big urban area where there's like a million restaurants and cafes, and it's just another one. Like, this is like, people are like waiting to see.
Every day people drive by and honk and yell. Not joking. When are you opening the shop?
There's a guy. I kind of know him because
you do kind of know him.
We gave him stuff on Craigslist. Like, I had some old insulation.
Oh, that's who it is, the insulation
this
guy.
Old redneck. He's a really nice guy, but every time he drives by, he says, "Where's that GD coffee shop gonna open?"
I swear.
Okay.
This podcast is ending in 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Bye.